Hi YouTube, my name's Jeff. I'm having problems with my Dodge. I got a 99 Dodge Cummins, 230,000 miles on it. Whenever I go uphill in four-wheel drive, it has to be uphill. Every now and then I get a clunk, and it's not a standard U-joint clunk. The whole truck shudders. So I replaced all the U-joints and the center bearing on the rear drive shaft. They're original. That got rid of the center bearing whine. Now I'm diving into the U-joints, the double Carnan joint and the front drive shaft, and it's a bitch. Anyway, I'm not going to edit this video. Just stick with me. They're just, you search for this for a 99 Dodge Cummins front drive shaft, anything, and maybe one video shows up. So what I'm doing is I'm getting into this since these are original U-joints, and I'm hoping that this solves my problem. So I got the U-joint out, and everything seemed fine except for the little center carrier bearing. We'll just go here. Bear with me. It goes right here. The drive shaft is fine, but that was kind of shot. Everything else, all the U-joints, original, were okay, but a few cups like this one here was on its last legs. Anyway, there's lots of videos on how to remake this, fix it, whatever. Go to those. I'm just going to give you a few tips on if you're going to do this on a second generation, at least a 1999 Dodge with a Dana 60 front end, what you need to plan on ahead of time. The first thing you need to plan on ahead of time is this. If you go to the shop or go to an auto shop like O'Reilly's, whatever, and you request this ball seal, which fits right here, they'll look at you like you're from Mars or a crackhead. It just is not in their system. So you need to order this ahead of time or try and find it ahead of time. I didn't know this. The model for my drive shaft is a Spicer 2-86-418. And so I've got that coming on Amazon, but I wish I would have known ahead of time. I would have been way ahead. I would have had this project done instead of waiting for something to show up in the mail. All right. One other thing, let me just turn my shop light on. I apologize, just fast forward if you need to, just some things here. Another thing, you're gonna hate, this is a nightmare. Getting this cross strut down, it does not come down at all. I've read that you have to like get a bottle jack and a 4x4 and just spread the frame apart so it'll come out. It's got 4 bolts here, these holes. You're gonna have to, when you put this back, line this up, get it back in, or to take them on or off. It is not a fun job. You don't have to take it out all the way though. I got it down using like a 2.5 foot crowbar. Right here, there's a lip, and I was just reefing down on this. And when it come down further, then I would like put a socketer here to change the fulcrum to get it down. And then you can see here where I was pounding with a hammer, and then I was able to get the bolts off there at the transfer case. It's a 5/8, and so you're gonna have to have a cheater bar or do this little trick with your wrenches to get extra leverage to get that thing out. That was no fun. And so trying to think of any other tricks here before I sign off. Recommended when you take these little bolts out, get a new set of straps, a new bolt. I think that is it. I'm just looking forward to get this thing back together. So just remember, if you are doing this, this is going to be a job here. Seriously, I've been wailing on this with a hammer, a sledge, or in a ball peen. And there's just hardly any leverage. If you had a shop and you get this thing off the ground, you might have an easier time. And I'm just one man with a set of tools. I just can't mess with a bottle jack. It just easier shoving a wet noodle up a wildcat's butt. So I've got to wait for that little part to get in the mail. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. Oh, just another little tip here. This Astro kit for ball joints has been really, or it's OTC, has been really helpful with the U-joints. Chicago pneumatic impact wrench, Chicago pneumatic air hammer. This thing has been sweet. And this OTC C-clamp, ball joint clamp, it's been really good for this job. And one last thing, another plug for tools. I just got this cheap Harbor Freight hydraulic press, a 20-ton press. This has been really handy for doing some of the U-joints, and it was like 130 bucks there. You can't beat it. And then another thing too, this 2-ton stand by Sumner, I got this off of Amazon, and it's been really handy too. Tools give you freedom. Do your own stuff. I like doing my own work. I don't need to, but let's face it. If you want it done now, if you want it done right, you just got to do it yourself. And so anyway, rough video, I know, but I wish there was something out on YouTube before I started this job. Lots of people have helped me posting things on YouTube. So anyway, I'm just paying it forward. Thanks. You don't need to like, don't need to subscribe. I'm not uploading videos very often, but I just hope this helps 1, 2, 3 people down the road, because I read about a guy that ripped into his transfer case when it was just a little CV bearing on his front drive shaft. And I hope this fixes the problem. Otherwise, I might have a stretched transfer case chain. Oh joy. Anyway, guys, thanks. Have a belated Happy New Year. Good 2020. Out.